Hi everybody, Ed Berger from the TackleDirect Pro Staff. Welcome back for another one of our great instructional videos with special guest Larry Dahlberg. Great to have you here, Larry. Larry brought along a Calcutta 400D. Larry, welcome back to TackleDirect. Let's talk a little bit about this great reel, the Calcutta 400D. I know you fish them.
That's D as in Dahlberg.
They named it after you.
Well, not exactly. This reel is very different, but it doesn't look as different as it is, as it really is. The first thing you notice when you pick it up, when you turn the handle, even if you're pulling in a lure, you'll say, hey, wait a minute, I didn't tighten my drag. It feels like there are no gears engaged. It is so smooth. And the reason it's so smooth, in addition to the good gearing and being solid and all that, there's a little trick here. They've got a supported pinion gear. Most pinions are floating out in space.
Right.
They've supported this pinion gear, which adds a tremendous amount of rigidity and prevents gear lash and so on. Another real cool feature of this thing that you don't notice right away, check the position.
Sure, it's on the, yeah, look at that. It's on the outside of the crank.
Every other star has always been put on the inside. Now, why would they do that? When you turn a reel, especially against force, we've got this thing palmed, what happens? You turn down, you get lateral torque. Lateral torque this way, just that you fight. The longer this shaft is, the more lateral torque you get. By moving this little star to the outside, we've reduced this distance by as much as 25%, wow, which is a lot. And you notice greatly, it's the first thing you notice when you're pulling a big fish is, gee, this thing sure is easy to hang on to. It's partly because it's much smaller in size without sacrificing any capacity, without sacrificing anything. Smaller in size, less lateral torque.
So I'm fishing, a regular Calcutta.
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm a Calcutta 400, which is certainly, it's a much wider profile reel.
Yeah, easily 25%.
Yeah, but what you're telling me is I've got the same line capacity in the 400D in a smaller, tighter package without the torque.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like the engine in a race car.
Right.
Look at it that way.
The other thing that I couldn't help noticing is when I picked it up just a minute ago is that one side is smaller than the other. Mm-hmm. So it actually, and again, being a baitcaster fan, a lot of times I would like to fish like a lower profile baitcaster, and it was simply because it fit in my hand better for casting all day. But because they've reduced the size of the non-crank side plate, I mean, it really does fit in your hand nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't need to have a palm like a bear anymore to
because
be able to palm it. No,
I don't.
Very comfortable to palm.
All right, and let's check out some of the specs on the 400D.
The Calcutta D is available in 3 different sizes and comes in both left and right hand retrieve. The 200D holds 135 yards of 40-pound Power Pro and 90 yards of 65. The 300D will hold 195 pounds of 40 Power Pro, 125 yards of 65. The Calcutta 400D holds 275 yards of 50 and 140 yards of 80. Retrieve speed per crank on the 200 is 25 inches. The 300 gives you 30 inches per crank, and the 400 gives you 27.
So a great new reel from Shimano, the Calcutta 400D. Now it replaces, everybody's got Calcuttas. Truthfully, I've been fishing Calcuttas for a year, love my reels. But I tell you what, even with a couple of them in the garage, this is pretty tempting. It really is. Beautiful reel.
Quite honestly, if I had one reel, if I could only have one reel, I'm gonna fish light salt water, I'm gonna fish for tarpon, redfish, and I'm gonna go into Canada and fish for pike, muskies, walleyes, just one reel. I can own one reel. This would be it.
No, you heard it here first. Larry only needs one fishing reel. Not good for business, but good for Calcutta. Again, if you want more information on the Calcutta 400D, you can talk to any one of our product specialists here at TackleDirect during regular business hours. You can, of course, shop 24/7 at TackleDirect.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Larry, thanks so much for coming back to TackleDirect, and thanks for bringing us the Calcutta D.